Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to take a look into Soulforge and tell you what I think of the new mythics and weapons in there. Also going to take a look at this new weekly event troop, Temperath. Now I think this thing sounds like it's got absolutely stunning potential. Deals magic-based damage to an enemy boosted by Hourglass Gems, and if the enemy dies, create 4 Hourglass Gems and gain an extra turn. Thing is with Hourglass Gems is even if you're frozen, and you activate one of those, you still get the extra turn. Really cool. So the way that works, that has potential to be extremely good. And also has a 50% chance to convert a yellow gem to an hourglass gem when my turn begins. Very nice troop indeed, so make sure you grab these, grab them all the way to Mythic if you can. This is going to help your power level kingdoms in the game in the long run. Anyway, I was going to tell a time travelling joke, but you guys didn't like it. Right, let's jump into the Soulforge. We'll start with the... Where am I going? My brain's a bit addled. Still got this annoying cold. Alright, let's take a look at the weapons first. I'm not going to go over all the ones that are here all the time, like this little lot here and others. They'll be in my Soulforge extra video, where I'll go over all the different weapons and troops which are here on a regular basis. If I sound a bit funny sometimes, it's because I'm trying to sometimes fight off a cough. Otherwise, this video is going to take about like 1,000 years to make, because keep coughing all the time. But you know that funny thing you do when you can feel a cough coming and you try and fight it off while talking. This makes you go a bit funny, and I'm a bit funny anyway. So yeah, one there, just try not to cough. Give all allies magic +1 life +2 per tempering level, and give all other allies 5 mana. If the enemy has a doom, give them 5 more. For each purple enemy, give 2 magic to all allies. So kind of intended against an all purple enemy team. That's how you're going to get the most out of it. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these ones that do this kind of thing. I suppose it could be good in a team where the rest of your team, their damage is boosted by life to the rest of your team or something. But yeah, much prefer damaging doomed weapons myself. But I'll probably pick this one up later anyway, because I don't have it yet. Next up is Grasping Grimoire. Deal magic-based damage to an enemy boosted by Mystic allies, then create a mix of 6 yellow and purple gems for each Mystic ally. So this uses blue and brown, generates yellow and purple, so make sure that at least a couple of the rest of your team uses yellow and purple to make the most of all that mana. Staff of Otherworlds. Deal magic-based damage to an enemy boosted by Karakoth allies, then create a mix of 6 purple and brown gems for each Karakoth ally. Uses red and yellow, generates purple and brown, so similar to the other weapon, make sure at least a couple of your other troops use purple and brown, otherwise you're creating that mana just for fun. Infernal Vulge, another one similar to these two. Does damage to an enemy boosted by Daemon allies this time, then creates a mix of 6 red and purple gems for each Daemon ally, uses blue and brown, and you know the rest. Make sure you've got a couple of troops that use red and purple in your team. Tome of Karakoth, kind of the anti-Karakoth weapon in a way is how I regard this kind of thing. Remove all purple gems with no effect, they're just gone, take it away from the board. Then deal magic-based damage to an enemy boosted by the gems removed. If the enemy is from Karakoth, or if their battle is in Karakoth, deal double damage. So purple is the kind of colour that Karakoth troops like the most, so by removing them, you're basically making it harder work for them to win a match. Old Major Staff. Explode magic +1 purple gems. Grant a random status effect to all Karakoth allies. Then summon a Karakoth troop. Do like these explodey summony weapons. Very good to have a summon in the team a lot of the time. Can make it very awkward for teams to win on Guild Wars days, things like that. But yeah, I just like them all around, these kind of weapons. Very nice. And is that it? Yes, it is. Right, onto the troops. Start at the bottom and work our way up. Find the first mythic, which is Fenix. Love this troop, very good indeed. Choose one, deal magic-based true damage to all enemies, or summon 1 to 3 Valfire Hunters. That's a good choice, that one, because you may want to damage the enemy, obviously, but if you've lost 1 or 2 troops up the top, then you can choose a second option and bring in a couple of meat shields and make your team even more difficult to defeat. It also starts battles with 25% mana, which is good, and a really nice third trait. Bless and enchant a random ally when I match 4 or more gems. Fenix, really good. Next up we have Kalika. She got all them arms, but she can't see much. She just goes randomly around just bashing people and hoping for the best. She deals magic-based damage to 4 random enemies, boosted by elemental stars. She is elemental, which is good. Oh, it's fended off a cough. And the traits are nothing too fantastic. Spell armor is obviously not bad. And a 50% chance to create an elemental star at the start of my turn is nothing spectacular. So yeah, nothing too stunning about her at all. Same as Dow. It's like his opposite, Shabanu Vespera, is absolutely awesome, but I think he's absolutely rubbish. Eliminates a small amount from a random skill on an enemy, then destroys 8 gems of one of their mana colours, then repeat it 2 more times for random enemies. Yeah, it can generate a bit of mana, but he's just nowhere near in the same level as Shabanu Vespera for me, so yeah. Don't know about Dow, more like Dow. Pan. This is actually a pretty decent troop. Deals magic-based damage to 3 random enemies and knocks them to the back. The damage can be good, but the knocking to the back can be really effective in certain teams. Some teams, the way they are set up, the order they are in, can be absolutely the bread and butter of how their team works. So messing up that order can really muck up their team. And it has Impervious as well, immune to all status effects, Devour, Lycanthropy and Mana Burn. And all Wildfolk allies gain 1 life and magic when matching 4 or more gems. So Pan is actually quite good. Right, let's take a look at the legendaries now quick. Spotted someone down here somewhere. Where is it? There he is. King Heliodor. Pretty decent this. Deals magic-based true damage to the first enemy, so you have no control over who you hit. And it's boosted by brown gems and allies, and then knock them to the back. So if you get an extra turn with this, you'll hit somebody else, because you continuously obviously keep knocking them to the back, unless they die. Then create 3 elemental stars. But the thing is with this fella, is it creates a brown gem when its turn begins, and gives 5 life to all elemental allies when matching brown gems. But particularly that create a brown gem when my turn begins, and the way that he creates 3 elemental stars, if you had a team with 3 of these in, it can loop and loop and loop and keep on doing that damage at the same time. So yeah, pretty decent is King Heliodor. Captain Macaw. Deals damage to an enemy, and if they are submerged, to kill them. Otherwise, submerge them. Also has a pretty decent third trait. All rogue allies start with 50% mana. Very nice indeed. But is that kill them if they are submerged, which can be really effective. A lot of teams will combat something like a damage to all team, which has the potential to repeat cast or does scatter damage by submerging themselves. And if they do that, then you can just kill them outright with this fella. Must have a very powerful beak. Who's next? Borealis. Freeze all enemies, so really good for stopping extra turns unless the hourglass gem is apparent. And deal magic-based damage to the weakest enemy. Also a very good troop in first place, because it reduces damage from skulls by 65% and deals triple skull damage versus frozen enemies. Not bad. Orion. Deals a somewhat random amount of damage to an enemy, and hunters mark them and gain 5 magic, meaning that when you cast this again, that damage will increase. But the main point of this is that third trait. 75% chance to ignore armor with skull damage. So it can be good, but nothing outrageously essential about him either. So, who gets my super coveted, not Mythic of the Week? Well, it can't be Kalika. Sorry, girly, not happening. Pan's fairly decent. Dow's rubbish. And Fenix is awesome. So that's a very easy choice this week. Fenix, choose one, deal magic-based true damage to all enemies, or the option of a summon makes it really good in a lot of teams, and a very good third trait at the same time. So it is Fenix, my Mythic of the Week. I'll be back later on with epic trials videos, underspire teams, and more. If you enjoyed this video, found it useful or helpful, it'd be really cool if you bashed that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.